so telling you how to use this particular computer program, but also, I also want to show you how amazingly useful, and you know, when you have this moment of revelation, you go like, oh! That's what happens when we started to use Google Site for supporting our production. In the theater department, we are both an academic program and a producing company. But the part of the producing company is also part of the learning of our students, is part of their experience as they go through. And managing the needs of all these production that we have, and all the intricacy of how we need to connect everybody and the sharing. We do have like weekly meetings, but there's so much more information that we need to share. What's the budget? What's your research? All of that. And so I decided to design a website using Google Site because it's free. And it is, our site is published on the web, it is open. None of the information on the site has any kind of privacy issue because it's not, we don't post a contact list or something. But if I did that, I could do a specific permission for that page if I needed to. But we post rehearsal reports, we share budget, all kinds of different calendars. And so I was going to take you through a little bit on how I put that particular program together for that, and then I'm going to have some time with some questions. So what I did, oops, yes, no, I don't want you to do that. It's going to want me to go back to okay. So what I'm going to, what does it want me to do? Download, I don't want any download, so go away. See, it's kind of like a PowerPoint, but it's more fun because it moves. So this is the opening page, and you could see on the bar here to the side all of the different things that we actually do. The top, you know, if you go to the home, you could see the different shows. You could see Evening of Dance. And then we also have, we call production process. It's people who need to work backstage. We actually created a form for them to apply and give us their preferences, so it helps us manage even the crew even better. And then now I'm going to show you, the first thing I'm going to show you is actually how to insert a document into the website, and also how to, hopefully it's going to work. Bummer. The link is not working in here. It worked at home, it worked every time I tried it. It's frozen.
Options once you register. It's very easy. You go to Google, register, find password, and you're in. So I'm going to go on to sites.
Oh, there you
and
go.
on this site, it shows you all the sites that have access that either I belong to or
Can you hear it?
So I'm going to create a site. Just press on the create. Find a site name. So I'm going to go ATSC.
I don't type very fast.
And then it needs me to write something here for the know that I'm not a machine.
So you decide to
XILK. That's what I made it right this time. Did. And the nice thing is that my site name was actually available, so I have ATSC workshop. Now this is pretty boring, so I would like to change the style and the format of the site. I will go into
I'm a designer.
Here, and under more it has manage site. So when I go into manage site, it's this fantastic bar on the side here that gives me all kinds of options, pages, attachment, templates. Why don't I go first under themes, and then this gives me different pre-designed options for the site. So why don't I find one that actually works nicely for us? Well, let's see. Let's do this one. This one's nice and theatrical. So I'm going to do that.
It was theatrical.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
It's going to say, oh, no, this is what it's going to look like. of like it, but it's a little dark. So I could close that and decide that I will find something a little bit more neutral.
It's taking you through the design process here.
Review, and then look at it. It's very tame. I like it for today. So close that, and I'm going to save the changes. And now here on the side, I could always go back to my site here on the site page. And now I have the actual
We have a site open now. We just created
one.
one.
I would like to show you is how to actually insert a document. So first, let's create a new page. I'm going to create a page, a new page. I'm going to call my page Fun because I'm having fun. And I'm going to put that under Home, but I could have put a different location. I'm just going to leave it where it is. Let's create the page. And now I have a page that is Fun. I am now going to insert a document. So under Documents, what it does is it links to all the documents that I have, say, under my Google Docs. I'm going to use my blank designer chart for the templates. I'm going to do that. I'm going to select that. I'm going to say Save. And now it shows here, but you don't see it until you actually save it. Once you save it, it is now there, and you can actually see the actual chart that I have for that. The nice thing about this particular thing is that, let's say, for example, the Tempest, these chart, I'm using that in the classroom, and all of my students are working in teams, and each of the team have one Google Docs that they share with the chart, and they're actually filling all the information, analyzing the Tempest. And they could be working in their own rooms in the same location, and as they make changes, it changes on Google Docs. The beauty of it is that once you have those changes made, all you have to do is to refresh your page, and those changes will actually appear on your site. You do not need to reload the site. You don't need to do anything to the site. You could just make it happen like that. And so we're happy for that.
We're happy. We're always happy.
And that is how to create a site, and also how to insert the document.
The nice thing about the Google Docs, and I just started to do this, and I normally did it like in my upper level courses, and then I started this year with my Design for Performing Arts, the 100 level, and I told the students, let's do it this way, and the ones who didn't know were fearless. I didn't actually encounter any fear, and then they all had their laptop next to each other, and they were working on the document together, and they were all excited. And I said, the nice thing is that all you have to do is share the document with me. You don't need to hand me a paper. You don't need to hand me anything. The computer doesn't have to print, so the library doesn't have to pay for printing. It's all good because now it's shared that way. The next thing I did is to show you guys how to do an image. So this is from my garden. Now when I do that, I have to go back to here. There you go. It's working the right way this time. I guess I had to double click.
So first I'm going to show you how to actually create a site.
No, I don't want that one, sorry. I don't want that one either. I want this one. I'm new to using the Prezi, so that's my problem, isn't it? And the weird thing is when I did it at home, it worked. Let's see if this is the right one.
Hello, I'm going to show you how to create a page, edit the page, and insert an image. So here we are visiting the theater and dance production site, and what I need to do is actually insert a rendering for our upcoming production of Rashomon, the costume designer's rendering. So all I'm doing right now is I'm going here on this icon. It says create a new page, so that's my choice. I'm going to name the page the name of the character, the priest. And then I'm going to choose the location where I would like this new page to reside. I don't want it at the top level or directly on the home. I want it in a different location. And of course, you could see all the tabs I've already created for our site. And Rashomon is where I would like this to reside. But even under Rashomon, I may have some choices. I go a little plus sign, and the little plus sign gives me all the little sub-tabs. So I'm going to choose costumes. You can see there's a plus here is because there's already more pages on the costume. I've already loaded more of the renderings. So here we go, costume design, and I'm going to create the page. So now I have a page and it's created at the right location. It's always easiest to locate your page in the right place when you create the page, and then go back and change it. But later on I'll show you how to move pages around. It's still not that complicated. So now I have the priest, but I don't have the rendering. So now I need to insert a rendering. Here at the top, because I'm still under the edit mode, I have insert format table layout. So I'm going to just insert an image, but you could see I could have inserted a calendar, a chart, a document, a drawing, any different things I would like. So I'm going to insert an image. I'm going to choose a file from my computer. I've already pre-scanned the rendering. So here we have priest. This is the one we want to look at. And I'm going to open that. And now the little clock is telling me that it's uploading the priest rendering. I'm looking at it. That looks very good. I say OK. Now what's happening here is that the rendering is uploaded to the original size. And you could see just right here that it doesn't fit the frame of our production page. So I'm going to use it as a large format. I could have done medium format or small format like if I did a thumbnail. But for my purpose, I need this to be a large format. I also could do it where it's aligned left, center, or right. I'm going to put it in the center. I think it looks nicer that way. Once I'm happy with all the choices I've made, I press save, and now I have saved the image. I have a page under costume design that is called priest, and I have the rendering done by Jenny Fulton, the costume designer on the production of the priest. And that's all you needed to do.
And the beauty about this now is that the director could go and refer to the rendering. She could bring, she could say to the actor, go on the website and check your costume. There's the rendering for your costume. The set designer, who actually is a guest artist, he's maybe in Connecticut, look at the color scheme on the rendering, it's over there. So it becomes this massive communication tool that breaks the classroom, which, our classroom is already broken because it's a theater, but even further than that, it makes it even more, it opens it even more. I'm just going to close these so I don't get confused with them. So, and then the next thing I was going to show you is how to do forms. Now, there may be many reasons why you would want to do a form. Oh, there you go. In theater, you could apply for a position, or you could create any kind of form. I'm going to show you this one here. This is the one I decided to demonstrate for our purpose.
The last thing I would like to show you.
Oh, this is the last thing. I'm off.
So we go back to the same process. We're going to create a new page, hold it form, put it under home for now, create. Now I have a page named form, and I'm going to insert.
It's always the same system in a sense.
Insert. I'm going to go under my documents. Under my documents, I have the choice of looking at documents, presentations, spreadsheet, and all of that. So we're going to go form. And let's say, for example, I'm going to do our talent scholarship as one of the form. This is the Theater and Dance Talent Scholarship. I select, put all that, it's there, I save it. And if I actually go down here, if I press here, it actually will open up the actual scholarship completely. And it puts me in a new tab, and I can see the actual talent scholarship. And I could actually apply if I wanted to.
But I already have a degree, so.
Now I'm going to actually show you how to actually delete a form on the page, because I don't really want to add this to this particular place. So you go to under more, and you could see delete page. It's going to ask me, do you want to delete this page? Of course I do. And I delete the page. And now we're back to where we were.
And what I want to talk a little bit about the form, this is also a Google form. So this is also another Google product. And the nice thing about this talent scholarship is I got that form put into the campus site, and before that I had to put this huge request anytime we needed to change the date or anything. But now, because it's a link to a Google form, I own the Google form and I could just change the date of our audition, change whatever format, and it automatically appears on the site at the school level, and so I don't have to go through that lengthy process, and it's free. That's always beautiful. It's all free. And I did go off, let's go back to home. I went off things, but why don't I go to share settings? I'm going to share settings. I don't know what's wrong with this thing. Did I tell you I was learning how to use Prezi? See that for a second. Okay, I think I have it like 100 times here, so I'm going to do it.
To make this tool effective as a communication tool, and especially a very, important sharing tool for the theater and dance department, we have to look at the way we share this particular page. So the page is accessible to everyone, but only a few people have the ability to edit the page. For our purpose, I'm the owner of the page, and I have all of the members of the department that are listed that could edit if they want to. And also, I have the names in here. This is an example of a student who have an edit privilege because Ben was the stage manager for the Rocky Horror Show. And so he was able, because he could edit, be able to upload pages and the rehearsal reports, or any kind of information. It became, information central for that particular production. This again, Elizabeth Street over here is another student who was stage managing another production. So it's pretty simple. All you do is you add the name of the person,
The actual
and
their
then you
email.
decide if the person can edit or just can't view. Because this is available to the world, I know I really have to worry about can't view because everybody can view, but I don't want everybody to edit. I would like to have control over that.
And then the calendar I didn't show, so let's see. Okay, it's not happy with me. Let's see. Yep, this one.
Okay, now I'm going to show you how to insert a calendar. We're going to use the ATAC workshop site that we just created. The first thing we're going to do is create a new page.
So it's redundant, but now you know that that's really your process every time. Create a page.
And I'm going to put it just under home for location. Create that. Voila, we have a new page called calendar, but it's empty. So now we need to put a calendar. So we're going to insert a calendar. So I'm inserting calendar. You can see over here is I actually own quite a few calendars. Each of those are for specific productions. So each of, I have one for Agnes, for Rashomon, for the Rocky Horror Show. But we're going to use the right theater calendar. This is the one I use for people who need to use the space and they need to book the space through me. As you can see, I selected it, but now you can't see it yet until you save it. Always save, always save. Now you get to see the calendar. Just like your regular Google Doc calendar, you could see it and you could view it as a read, or you could view it as a not, you could print it. The beauty about this is that this particular calendar, as soon as I make changes again on my calendar, on my right calendar, in my calendars, it will appear here just by refreshing it. So it's constantly up to date, and everybody could then access the site and look if the space is free, and if they could book it, then they send me a request. So this is how to insert a calendar.
And this is another way where the technology actually is making my life easier, because, you know, before that, people would just say, can I have the space? And I'd say, just go on the production page. If the space is open, then send me a request. And if it's something that we agree as a department that is available, then I don't get requests for things where there's already a rehearsal in there. Most of the time it's already booked, because we've been using it quite a great deal. Just remove that. And the last thing. This is the last one. Let's see. Okay, settings. Form. If you don't look at back. And this is the one I wanted to show you. Sitemap. Now, the sitemap, I won't have you read the whole thing, but sitemap is how you organizes your page. And you could see over here that, remember we have all the little tabs and everything? So all you do is you go to manage page, that's over here, you click that, and then they become blue. So that means you could actually, you just sort of press on it, move it to where you want it, and it just moves around, and you could kind of move it back and forth to where you want it. And that's what you could do if things get bigger and you decide to reorganize it differently, but I always think it's better to organize it prior to that. So that's my presentation. Let's see if I can actually go to it. And voila. That's our site. I changed these pictures, like these are the two showed this year, and I'm probably going to put that dance picture after I do the dance. I also take the photography for the pictures. There's no problem for us because all the pictures I take, so there's no copyright problem because I own them, so I'm good there. Do you guys have any questions?
So you've set it so the world can view it. Can you set it so the world can only view some of the page?
Yes. So what you do is there's under the page setting, when you're under more, you could actually set a particular page as private. But all the information that I have there, I also think as a promotion tool or recruitment tool, because if anybody comes and look at this side, they see how cool we are and organized we are, and so that would work. You know, that would actually be okay. So, but I am also very careful that the information that's there is all information that is publicly okay to be public. You know,
I guess I was thinking, you know, if you had, your committee was working on the awards, they were looking at who had put in and they wanted to have a conversation, you would want that part to be private.
And you could do that.
And
you could do that with a set. And then an application for us is part of the managing of our production is we have contact lists. So that for each show you have the list of everybody's name, emails, and phone number. You don't want that to be public. And so that could be a space-specific setting that one is private and only the people in that production could see. You know, you could do it that way.
So, Celine, is everybody in the department on board with this? Do they all use it and know how to?
Actually, this is a great question. I think we are probably, that Twitter percentage, we're at 65, 70% now. And we just started this year.
Okay.
So this is really, so this is a question of educating students like that. Like that, they were on board. So what we did, and this is actually Craig Lindsay, who also, he got on board right away when I got the idea. I built the site, but he's got, you know, he's the technical director, so this makes his life very, very easy. Directors, I work with Vaughn. This is a cool thing. I took pictures for the publicity pictures. I went up to my office and I downloaded the 3 pictures that's going to be the one that goes to the newspaper. And then I went down by the Wright Theater where Vaughn West was directing that evening. I continued his rehearsal after I took the picture, and they had already seen the picture before I had a chance to go down, and he was all excited about that. I mean, there's that kind of thing. So Vaughn was really with it. All the directors seem to be very, very much backing up. Peggy is the one who asked me to make sure that the arrangements are going in there. Everybody sees the ability and how this could work for them. We also, outside the Wright Theater, we have a theater call board, And then Craig created these little tabs. So anybody wants to have the address, they could take a tab home and then type it in their like computers and then put it as their favorite or something. So just to try to open up that culture. But I have a feeling within the next 2 years, it's really going to be, you know, probably technology will change and I'll have to teach them something different. But for right now, I was quite pleased about how much people have embraced that. Ron the same way. I mean, everything was. And also, we had a guest actor who was an equity actor, and he was delighted to use that. And he posted all kinds of notes on language for the actors to view when everybody was really using it. So it really is. It became this sort of a online community for our production. Yes, I know. I'm excited about that. Am I at my time? I'd say I'm not timing myself. Am I on time? 2:55. Hey, I'm good. 5 more minutes of questions. What other questions you may have? The only thing I say is that, yes, there's a big investment on my part to work on this, maintain this, and everything. But I believe, and I truly believe that the amount of work that I had to do the other way was actually more than the time I'm spending in maintaining and investing. Anytime somebody doesn't know how to do something, now I become like the specialist. They tell me don't be the specialist, but in my department I became the specialist. And I just kind of, well, if I don't know, I'll call somebody, I'll try it. But there's a way to learn to do that. But I think little by little, and I also did, you know, the little jing I just did right now. Jenny wanted to learn how to do some putting her research up, and so I did a little jing for her, and I emailed it to her, so that now she has a how to do that. So all I have to learn now is how to use Prezi better when I do presentation.
You don't want people to get dizzy. That's the thing about Prezi. You
Yeah.
watch it go around.
Well, and the thing is that I tried, like I practiced at home this morning, and it was all good. And I go over here, and it's not doing what I want, but then I guess it's technology.
That's not a comment about you, it's a comment about Prezi, and then it goes round and round and round.
Well, you can make it go differently.
When you uploaded the images, I saw that there was a box that said alt text. So you could have then put in attribution of who took the photograph and copyright,
Yeah.
and that would have shown underneath
Yes,
it?
yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. You could do that. You know, the way I do it for the department is they could take anything I do for students. This is for their portfolio, so I have already given them all permission to. So if you haven't received a little card if you want to review all this information, because there's a lot to grasp, I have more of these cards. If you came in later, you might want to